Hey chess lovers and friends, today is yet another day of trying out some crazy gambits that I show you on this channel. So this is where I try to convince you guys that the opening tricks and traps that I show you on this channel are actually real and they do occur in actual games, which is why you have all the reasons to subscribe to my channel if at all you haven't already, so that we can grow this community together. In today's video, I'll be trying out the queen pawn game that I covered in the video that has popped up in the card above, or you can check it out in the description down below or in the comment section. So I hope my opponent is going to respond with the Nimzo Indian, because today I want to crush it in a practical game. Alright, let's begin. Alright, so there we go. I'm playing against a 2082 rated player. So d4, I expect to see knight to f6. Okay, so knight to f6, and I should mention to say this is a random player and I don't know him, you guys. So e6 is what I expect to see next, because that's the theory going into the Indian defense. So e6, now I should go knight c3, inviting black to play bishop b4, because that's what they do. I mean, what else? So I'm ready to go pawn to e4. That's the whole purpose of playing knight c3 on move number 3. And I also have queen c2. So bishop b4, queen c2. If bishop takes, I'll take with my b pawn, not my queen, because my queen on c2 is there to support the pawn push to e4 in case black castles short. So that's the main idea in the Nimzo Indian. Oh my god, so pawn to c5. Did I cover this move? Pawn to c5 is the main move here. Yeah, I think I did. The whole idea is just to take the pawn. Yeah, you don't have to let the c5 pawn take your d4 pawn. Please avoid that. So you just need to take that pawn. That's what theory says. And that's a more logical move, because if you play pawn to e3, first of all, you're going to make your dark squared bishop become unhappy. And again, if c takes d4, you're going to be forced to take with your e pawn, hence opening up the e file. And that's where black's king's rook is going to start attacking. So never allow c takes d4 by black. Just simply take that c5 pawn and move on with life. So d takes c5, yep. I think this is okay. And I expect black to take back on c5 with his bishop. Oh, so they played knight c6 instead of taking back on c5. So knight c6 is somehow dubious. I think let me just develop my king's knight, because that'll be more flexible. I mean, starting with the knights first. So knight f3. Starting with the knights is always flexible, you guys. Just a developing move. And next, I'm planning to develop my dark squared bishop before playing pawn to e3. And pawn to a3 is also in my mind. Just trying to ask what exactly is black thinking about my c5 pawn. And I don't have to play pawn to e3, just like I mentioned earlier on. I need to develop my bishop first before playing pawn to e3. So bishop g5 is the move, you guys. So black castled short, and then I played bishop g5. Okay, there we see pawn to h6. What should I do about this bishop? I think taking on f6 will activate black's queen. So bishop h4 makes more sense. And I don't expect to see pawn to g5 by black. That will just be a dubious move. I expect to see bishop c5. Though I don't even know why black is not taking my free pawn on c5, or maybe they are taking their time, or maybe they should take on c3. This is just my brainchild at work. So what is black going to do here? Next, I'm going to play pawn to e3, because my dark squared bishop is already out of the pawn chain. So in the queen's gambit setups, you guys, you only want to play pawn to e3 after developing your dark squared bishop, ensuring that it is out of the pawn chain. And here is where I like castling long, you guys, because that's what I like doing in the queen's pawn games. Yep, and start expanding on the king side, beginning with the move pawn to g4. I don't even mind even if knight takes g4. By the way, thanks to the bishop on h4, because if knight takes g4, I can take the free queen on d8. Oh, so there we see bishop takes c5 finally. Now I can play, I think, pawn to g4. The knight can't take my g4 pawn because it is pinned to the queen by my bishop. So I guess pawn to g4 makes a lot of sense here. Oh, I can't start attacking while my king is still on the center of the board, so I need to castle long first. Yep, I think putting my king to safety before starting to attack. So take note of that, guys. You only want to start attacking once your queen is very safe. Okay, so knight b4 attacking my queen. I have to rescue my queen somehow, or maybe play something like queen d2. I think that's the only move, the only sensible move, queen d2. And now I'm thinking of playing pawn to g4 and g5 next, just destroying black's king side. So bishop e7 by black. I think I should play pawn to g4 now, or maybe chase black's knight away from b4, because I don't want to entertain my enemy's pieces in my territory. So which one should come first? g4, ready to go. g5 next and destroy everything, and rook g1 will come next. Oh, there we see queen f5. Queen f5 teams up with the knight to attack my a2 pawn. I think the answer to this is just pawn to a3. I don't see anything that black can do here. So pawn to a3 attacking the knight, and the knight has to go back maybe to c6. Yep. After which pawn to g5 comes, and then h takes g5, then bishop takes. I think, yep, bishop takes, not taking with the knight. I have rook g1 coming next. So knight e5 by black. I think I should just take this knight, because the knight on e5 is attacking my pawn on c4. I don't like this. Let me just simplify the game and maybe play pawn to f4 or rook g1 first. Yep, rook g1. I don't mind letting black take on h2, because I have bishop g2, bishop f3, and rook h1. That's at worst. So black, oh wow, they just took on h2. So queen takes h2 is a sheer waste of time, I think. I have bishop g2 and bishop f3. And later on, maybe my rook will sit on h1. Or maybe, can I go rook g2? Nah, I think bishop g2 makes more sense, because next I'm ready to go bishop f3 and rook h1. Just trying to create some problems there. Well, I already like my position. I can see pawn to d5 coming, but I have many pieces protecting the d5 square or eyeing the d5 square. So there we see rook f e8. Now I think I can go bishop f3 and rook h1 next. Oh wait, can I just play something else here? Let's say knight e4. Just trying to simplify the game. If knight takes, I'll take back with my bishop, and my dark squared bishop will be eyeing the dark squared bishop on e7. I think this is a matured move. So if black takes my knight, I'll take back with my light squared bishop. So let's see what black is planning to do here. So knight takes e4. I don't believe in that. Bishop takes. And if bishop takes, queen takes. Wow, now I'm threatening to mate on g7. Black didn't have to take my bishop. Oh my god. Oh, so they just resigned, because I was planning to sacrifice my bishop after pawn to g6. And I was led to that black was going to do here. I'm so sorry. I never meant to do this, but I guess this is good for the sake of my viewers' eyeballs. Anyways, let me just show you quickly what I was expecting to see after bishop b4 here. So first of all, pawn to e5 is the main idea in this line, which is why we play queen c2 next, since the knight is pinned. So if bishop takes on c3, I was going to take with my b pawn, and in case of pawn to d5, I was going to take with my c pawn. Remember what I said in my tutorial video: whenever you see d5, you should take it with your c pawn to simplify the game. And if they play pawn to c5, just take on c5 with your d pawn. Okay, so e4 is the main idea, but if black plays an immediate d5 to stop your e4 pawn push, after which you take and then e takes d5 by black, well, just develop your dark squared bishop, ensuring that it is out of the pawn chain before playing pawn to e3. So go bishop d3 after developing your dark squared bishop. And remember, we always want to develop our king's knight on e2 and then later on put it on f4, not developing it on f3. That's at best, because we don't want to block our f-pawn in case of knight e5. And in most cases, we always want to castle long. And hey, when our dark squared bishop is sitting on g5, it becomes possible for us to push pawn to g4 because the knight cannot take that pawn since it will be pinned to the queen, and that will be a very good opposite side attacking. Alright, this is all for today, you guys. I guess you liked this video. If at all you did, remember to subscribe to my channel and hit the like button if at all you haven't already, because that's how you encourage me to keep on making more wonderful videos just like this one.